So what we're going first ball. We're trying to make 12 and put 10. So what number would you put in this first box?
All right, it looks like it is 4 o'clock. It is time to get started. And I just want to welcome everyone here today, whether you're watching here live in here with us in the Zoom, or whether you are watching out there on Facebook or on YouTube, doesn't matter. Please feel free to join us at any time. I'm just going to grab the link before we get started, and I'm going to go ahead and put it in the chat so that anyone who is out there and watching, if you would like to join us, please feel free. I'll do a little presentation and talk a little bit, and then we'll have some time to answer your specific personal questions at the end. Okay. All right. So give me just one quick second here. I'm going to grab that link.
Do you want to go read the Gail?
And in the meantime, everybody who's on the back end, please feel free to open up your mics and say hi and introduce yourself. And, while I'm doing a little bit of tech here, that's perfectly fine. I just have to get the right link here.
So can you guys see me? Because I can't even see myself.
Gabrielle, I can see you. Yeah, I sure can.
I probably look a mess, but bye.
Hi, can you guys see her? I can see her.
Yeah. Well, usually on Zoom, it allows you to at least see the camera facing you. I don't know how this works. I haven't been on Zoom in a while, but the last time I was on Zoom, I felt like I could see myself. But this time I only see where it says high performance, and then I see the director, like the head of the Zoom. There's a little
setting up there somewhere, and I'm not exactly sure which one it is on your phone, but there is some kind of setting that if you play with it, you'll be able to see it. All right. So I've got that done. So who do we have here in the Zoom today? We have Gabrielle, we have Amber, and we have Ashley, and there's probably going to be more people jumping in as we go. There were 59 people signed up to jump in today. So glad to see you guys here. And here, you guys will probably hear that ding ding as more people jump on. I'll just keep letting them in as we go. But in the interest of time, let's go ahead and get started. First of all, I'm glad you guys are all here today. So it shows that you're really caring about your health. You're caring about learning new things that have come up in the science. And of course, that's why we're here. I'm a scientist, and that's my job. That's the job that the Lord gave me, is to just be here teaching you about the new things that you can do and basically show you, and you're going to hear me say this all the time, that you are not stuck. It doesn't matter what the doctor says. Doesn't matter what's going on in your life. You are not completely stuck. And there are so many new things that you can do. Okay. And just so you know, starting off, I'm not here to sell you a supplement. I'm not here to, to give you this, great one size fits all. Hey, if you just buy this great supplement that I have for you, you're going to fix everything. Okay. That's just bull. So don't buy it from me. Don't buy it from anybody. Okay. I'm here to tell you the straight truth, the God's honest truth. And then you guys decide what you want to do with your health from there. Okay. So our time here today is precious. So let's get moving. You guys are literally, you're the top 1% of the top 25% of people, because most people just go to their doctor and take their pills and don't care, right? And they're not willing to do what it takes to get healthy. But you guys are sitting here and you're listening to me. So I'm really proud of you for being here today. And the fact that you're here shows me that you're probably somewhat of a high performer, that you want to do things to help yourself, that you're not willing to settle for the status quo, that you're sick and tired of your symptoms, sick and tired of being sick and tired. You might be scared that you're getting worse. You probably feel like you really want real answers, and you're not willing to settle for the status quo. And so I'm glad you're here, because this is what I want to do for you today. I want to make you that big, hairy, audacious, crazy promise. Okay. I know that as a scientist, I see the science. I see what's come out in the last 20 years. I know I've been able to heal. I see thousands of other people healing. I know that I'm very confident that I have some answers for you today. And maybe I don't have 100% of 100% of your answers, because we just don't have that yet, right? But I do have probably way more answers than you've ever even heard of, that your doctor has never told you. And I'm very, very confident that I can start giving those to you today. So I hope that you'll hang around and listen to me blab for a little while. I like to talk a lot. I like to teach people a lot. And what I hope to be able to give you by the end of this meeting today is I want to give you real ways that you can really start getting your brain power back. I know that when you have chronic symptoms, you also have that brain fog going on, and probably a lot of other things too. I want to teach you how to get that back. I want to teach you how to get your energy back, because we know that's the main thing that goes when we don't feel good, is our energy goes. And I also want to teach you some really cool stuff about your genetics. Okay. Don't believe it just because your mom had it that you're supposed to have it too. Okay. That is not the science, you guys. That's old school science, like from the 60s and 70s. Okay. That's not what we know today. We know today that only about 5 to 10% or so of your genes are actually controlling the rest of your health. The rest of it, and yeah, that's a big part, 5 or 10%. The rest of it is on you. Okay. And so you guys will get to know me here. You'll either like me or you'll hate me, because I'm going to tell you the truth, and I'm going to give it to you straight. I'm going to give it to you in love, and I'm always going to give all the glory to Jesus. Like that, you might as well just jump out now, because you'll probably hate me by the end. But if you like that, or if you're even willing to listen to that for a little bit, hang around and let me teach you some new things today. Okay. So you're going to learn how to transform your health. You're going to learn some quick and easy things that you can really get started doing right away that I'll bet you didn't even know were this important. You're going to learn how to get a customized solution to help you to get better. Okay. And I'm not pulling any punches. By the end of the day today, I really want to show you a way that you can get started working with me if you're willing to work at your health, because I won't even accept you into our program if you're not willing to do the work, right? But if you're willing to do the work and you really care about your health and you want to learn things, then I'm here for you. And sure, at the end of this presentation, I'm going to give you a really easy, no-brainer way to get started with me, okay? And so, but I'm a terrible salesman, all right? Just know that right off the bat. I'm just here to give you the truth, and I am here to help you. And if you want to work with us and you're willing to work with us, we're here for you. That's all it boils down to. So this program, this thing that you're watching right now, it is not for you if you got a bad attitude. If you're just like, yeah, whatever, well, you know, my doctor says I'm sick, so that's just the way it is. I know that I'm incurable. I've got lupus, or I've got scleroderma, or I've got this terrible autoimmune disease, or I've got heart disease, or I've got diabetes, and the doctor says I'm incurable, so therefore I'm incurable. If you keep believing that, you will stay incurable. But that's not the science. Okay. The truth is that you can walk back autoimmune disease. You can to a great extent. Okay. I am 95% healed of 7 autoimmune diseases, you guys. Don't tell me it can't be done because I did it. Okay. And thousands of other people, literally hundreds of thousands of other people are doing it too. And you can too. And I'm going to teach you how today. Okay. If you've got this mindset that, well, if it doesn't work right away, then it's not for me. You got that quick fix thing going on, forget it, because there are no quick fixes. Okay, I'm just giving it to you straight. There are none. You really, you've had probably years of doing things in your life, or things have happened to you that have actually caused you to be sick. It is going to take some time and some work for you to get that back. So that's just a reality, right? If you think that your doctors are gods and that they know everything, and that nobody else has any answers except for that doctor, okay, or that rheumatologist or that specialist, okay, and you think that only pharmaceuticals are the way to help yourself to get well, you are sorely mistaken. And I hope that if you believe that you will just at least stick around for a little while and humor me and let me show you that there really is a better way, proven, evidence-based, scientific ways that you can do so much better than just hanging out with your pharmaceuticals and your doctor that is doing things about 30 years in arrears. Okay. The new science is so much better. And if you've got this like whatever attitude, or I'll just go Google it, because all this is just, this new precision root cause medicine thing. Oh, well, if you've got this belief that, all it is just fixing your diet and maybe helping yourself to sleep better, and that's all they're really doing for you, so I can do this on my own. Wow. You are so mistaken. That is so not the truth, right? The truth is that's just the very beginning piece of your puzzle to getting well. The very, very beginning. Yeah, it's important. Yes, when you work with a functional person or a root cause person like me, yes, you're going to have to do that work. You're going to have to work on your diet. You're going to have to work on your lifestyle practices. This is true. That's just the tiny little piece right there. Okay. There is so much more that science has for you that you can do. So hang around. And if you don't know who I am, okay, I'm just this really outspoken person on the internet. I go by the autoimmune geek. That's what someone dubbed me once, and I thought it was really cute, and so I kept it. But I am a licensed member provider with the Professional Wellness Alliance. I'm a research immunotoxicologist, have been for many, many years. I am an autoimmune specialist, specifically trained at the NIEHS in autoimmune disease at the PhD level. And we have literally helped thousands of people to get their health back to a significant degree. And we also partner with thousands of other people that are just like me, that are doctors and scientists and nurse practitioners, health professionals who are part of this larger organization called the Health Experts Alliance. And that is largely a Christian organization and just filled with people who are literally changing the face of healthcare today. And there's a lot more people than just those in that organization that are doing precision root cause care. But this is just the organizations that I'm involved with because they're just good people and they put people first rather than money first. And that's what's really important to us. We're really out to help you, but we're really out to change the face of healthcare, right? Because it needs it. Because it's a mess. It needs it. It's a sick care system, right? So that's our mission. And it's a very passionate mission. Most of us have gone through very severe disease ourselves. And so we know how you feel. We've been in your shoes. We not only know the physical side of it, we know the emotional side of it. We know how families are destroyed by illness. We know, okay? We've been there. And so we care. We really care. We know that if we can turn things around for ourselves and for other patients, that we know we can help you too. Okay. So I want to tell you about one of our clients. She's actually a doctor herself. She's a pathologist. She had very, very severe scleroderma, still does, but she's walking it back. right? Of course, she believed that she was incurable because that's what the doctors tell us, right? Once you have an autoimmune disease, you're screwed, right? All you can do is just take your biologicals. All you can do is take your steroids. All you can do is take your pain pills. That's bull, you guys. Okay, that's bull. And I want you to hear that loud and clear. It's bull. There is new science. You can do so much more. Okay, and she is walking her scleroderma back. We found multiple root causes in her that she is taking action on and working on and feeling better all the time. She describes herself as being about 60% better, and she was extremely severe when she came to us with her hands already curled and everything. Okay, and now she is 60% better. I'd say that's a pretty good place to start, right? So that's Dorothy. And I want to tell you my crazy nightmare story so you can get a little bit of a more in-depth knowledge of what I personally have been through. So you can really know that I have suffered just like you. I could probably say that maybe I have suffered worse than you, maybe not. But I have gone through a lot of suffering. And one of the things that kept me going was my baby granddaughter, Jana, because there was a major family tragedy in our life. And so here I was very, very ill. And then I had to take care of my baby granddaughter. And there was no one else to do it. So, okay, you do what you have to do in life, right? So she kept me going and she kept me doing what I needed to do. And the bottom line was that I eventually found my hope. I was very, very, very ill for about 15 years. I was disabled. Of course, being an autoimmune disease specialist, I was taught that I was incurable. So, of course, that's what I believed, right? Mindset, because I actually learned that conventional medicine only teaches you what they want you to know, mainly from the US American government, mainly dealing with pharmaceuticals and surgeries. Anything else outside of that is considered, just rogue, I guess, right? And so that's what I was taught. But guess what healed me? All that other stuff. Right? Not the medications. The medications actually made me worse in the long run. Okay. I am 95% healed today because I did all the other science and not just the main conventional stuff. Right. And that's the science that is all encompassed in precision root cause medicine. It literally saved my life. That is the full on truth, you guys. That I would not be sitting here in front of you had I not looked into the other avenues of science that were available to me. Okay. And precision root cause science, it's very precise. It's scientific. It's evidence-based. It's personalized specifically for you and your genetics and your gut health and your everything, your root causes. And it's very holistic. So it's taking the approach that, your liver is not separate from your brain. Your joints are not separate from your gut health. Your body is this beautiful symphony that was created by God in order to work in amazing ways. And it will, if you just get out of its way. Right. And if you remove some of the toxins and some of the craziness that's going on in your body can do an amazing job of healing you all by itself. You are not broken. You've got to get that mindset out of your head. Right. And me, as a spiritual person, as a born again Christian, I believe very strongly that that's just Satan getting in the way, trying to keep you down because you are a child of the Most High King, and you are supposed to be killing it in life, right? And if God allowed you to let Satan get into the middle of this and let him hurt you with a disease, yeah, well, go read Job, okay? There are reasons for that. God is totally still on the throne. He is still in control. He is still going to get the glory out of you walking through this if you listen to others and you learn And you don't get stuck in the devil's mindset that you're just incurable and there's nothing you can do. Don't believe him. Don't believe him. No, he's a liar, right? Don't believe him. There is so much you can do. Okay. So the results that I was able to get have completely transformed my life. And I want to just tell you some of them. Okay. You know, if you've got any kind of autoimmune disease at all, you know that you've got 100 different symptoms and they come and go and they freak you out and they do all kinds of weird things. Okay. I'm just talking about like the main things here. Okay. I don't have any more pain and I lived on several different painkillers for 15 years. Okay. No more. I have no more brain fog. No more of that anxiety and depression that just comes and goes in waves. Okay. No more of that. I think you can see that my energy is just, off the wall crazy most of the time, right? I got it back because I sure wasn't like that when I was sick. Okay. I'm not on any more pharmaceutical medications whatsoever. And I was on a cocktail of anywhere between 12 and 20 different medications per day. That was me. That was my life. My life sucked. Okay. No more. They're all gone. They've been gone for about 6, 7 years now, right? This is what you can do. Okay. I had very severe ANA and other autoimmune biomarkers. They are back to normal again now. Now, a doctor, a rheumatologist will tell you that that's impossible, that once you have ANA, you're done. That's it. There's nothing you can do to get those to come back down again. Wow, not true. We see it in our patients every day. Okay, well, maybe not every day, but every time you get a test result back, right, you see it come down. You really, really do, right? Okay, this is a cool one. Believe it or not, I know I look like I'm at a normal weight right now, and I am, but you can go back and I can show you guys pictures. There are pictures of me at 100 pounds heavier than what I am right now. And I was always this teeny tiny person until I got more sick and then started gaining weight. And then they put me on the steroids and I gained even more weight. And then I didn't care about my diet anymore because I was so sick. So I gained even more weight. Okay. Gone now. Okay. And most of my gut issues are gone. I would say I still have about 5% of some of those leftover gut issues that I don't know, maybe I'll still be working on for the rest of my life. But hey, going from being as sick as I was to about 95% better and still having maybe 5% of some little gut issues, I'll take it. I will totally take it because now I can be up helping you. Okay. I don't have fatty liver disease anymore. I don't have any more of those little invisible infections. Then that's one of your root causes, maybe, because it's very, very possible that these little invisible infections and the microbiome overgrowths and the SIBO and all the crazy stuff, right? It's highly possible that that's one of your puzzle pieces. That's one of your root causes. Okay. I used to have insomnia so bad, I would literally go for like 48 hours without sleeping and then I would crash, right? And then do it all over again and then crash and then do it all over again. Okay. That doesn't happen anymore. I literally sleep like a baby most of the time. Unless I get stressed out for something, but usually I've got pretty good boundaries, pretty good, control mechanisms in place there to help with that. The toxicities. Wow. Okay. Maybe I should have put toxicities at the very beginning of the slide because you're going to learn today that this is one of the main reasons why you are sick. Any symptom, okay, it's going to come down to some kind of toxicity going on in your body that either your body is not processing right or you don't know how to process it right, but you can learn how to get those toxicities out of your life and you can learn how to feel like, really so much better. Okay. And so today, actually, this was like a year ago. This is my baby granddaughter, Jana, and she's all grown up. She's 18. She's getting ready to fly the coop. And so now, she was raised with a grandma who was nothing but sick. And then the last several years, she has gotten to meet a whole new grandma who I was like, before I got sick, but even better, right? Because now I've been through this amazing life transformation that literally God brought me through for a purpose. And that purpose is to be here with you. And so my roomie says, this is my own rheumatologist, my own specialist. She says that I am literally 95% healed, that she told me that she could not diagnose me with even one autoimmune disease today. That's how my biomarkers have walked back. They don't see the evidence of it anymore. Okay. I call that a cure, you guys. All right. Now, there are people out there who will say, oh, well, you can only reverse it, or you can only like put it into remission. Okay, just, throw that stuff out the window. Okay. If you get rid of your root causes, if you've got mycoplasma and you get rid of it, that's a cure. Okay. If you got, overgrowths in your gut and you get rid of it, that's a cure. You're going to feel better. If you got extremely low vitamin D and you fix it, that's a cure. All right. So try not to get caught up in all of that, all that craziness that you read on the internet. Okay. The bottom line is you fix your root causes, you feel better. That's what it boils down to. And so, I became a holistic practitioner, went back to school. Of course, I already had way too much education to begin with, you guys. Okay, $200,000 worth of education. Okay, but I went back to school, became a holistic practitioner because I knew that this is what God created me for, right? I knew that before. But then the Lord had this whole new idea that he was going to bring me through the hell so that I would really know how to help you guys in a much better way. So here we are. So we've got this company and we're partnered with thousands of other doctors, and it's like this, right? It's a good thing. Okay. So now, these are some of the thoughts that I thought when I was first taught about functional medicine or precision medicine. And so I want to bring these up so we can just put them out on the table and we can, let them just go into the trash can where they belong. Right? Because they are negative mindsets that are stopping us from doing what we need to do to get well. Right? And as you can see, I'm not going to mince words with you. So if you're going to get mad at me for being totally honest, then probably time to leave. But I'm going to be really honest. You are not incurable. Okay? I don't care what your doctor says. You are not too sick to do this. Okay? You have not tried everything. You just think you have. But I'll guarantee you sit down with me and I will show you probably 10, maybe 20 things that you have not tried, that you don't even know exists. Okay. So don't buy into that mindset. You're not that arrogant. You're not that smart. Neither am I. Right? It's just that I know a little bit more than you do right now. Right? And so there is so much more you can learn. Okay. You do not have to be stuck on meds for the rest of your life. I don't care if you have high blood pressure. I don't care if you have diabetes. I don't care if you have severe autoimmunity. You probably do not need to stay on all of those at the level that you're at for the rest of your life. There might be some that you might need moving forward. Okay. I'll give you that. Okay. But you can be so much better. Okay. If you think that just the AIP diet and maybe some other functional medicine doctor, maybe they didn't help you well enough. So you think, well, this is all just a bunch of crap. And all they're going to do is help me with my diet. And maybe they're going to give me some detox plan. And that's all they do. Oh my gosh. Wow. Let me just tell you about that real quick. There are a lot, because this is a burgeoning science over the last, especially 5 to 10 years. Okay. There are a lot, way more of doctors who are learning how to do precision root cause medicine. They're learning. They're still stuck in that insurance paradigm. They're still stuck in the let's treat naturally from the symptom down instead of treating from the root cause up. Okay. They're stuck in that whole paradigm. They're still learning. Okay. So just because you had another doctor or another chiropractor or a doctor or a DO or someone who was learning how to practice functional medicine but maybe didn't get you all the way there, please don't think that you're still incurable and there's nothing that anyone can do to help you, because again, you're keeping yourself in a negative mindset if you think that, because that's just not reality. Reality is there is so much science out there, And maybe you need a good scientist who knows more in order to help you, right? And maybe it's me. Maybe it's someone better than me because I'm not the top dog. Maybe it's someone higher than me, right? But there is certainly more that you can learn. There is certainly more that you can do. Okay. If you think that this is going to cost you way too much time and money, now I will give you that. Okay. The old school functional medicine paradigm was through the roof expensive, and there are still doctors out there that are charging, upwards of $20,000-$30,000 for a program. Okay, I will give you that. There is that. There's always corruption everywhere in everything. Okay, but good root cause practitioners are not going to charge you like that, right? We're going to put you in a good program. Yes, it is an investment. Yes, it will cost you money. Yes, we work outside of the insurance paradigm because we have to, because the insurance company tries to control what we do and doesn't let us use the latest science. And that's not going to help you. Obviously, if it was going to help you, you'd been well by now. Okay. And so doing something new, doing something different, yes, it is going to be investment, but I will tell you that there is awesome medical funding available now. And they can bring the monthly payments down so low for you. And they can really make it affordable for pretty much everybody, unless you're living in, a tent under a bridge somewhere or something, right? Most people can afford this. Most people can do this, okay? Now, the last one that I always want to bring up before I go any further is the same thing that I felt. I think the same thing that everybody feels. They feel, well, I'm probably going to fail, or maybe I'm going to fail, right? It's really important that you get that lie from Satan out of your head right now. Really, really important, because that's exactly what he wants you to think. And if he can knock you down there before you even get up and try, then he's won. Okay. Don't let him do that to you. Okay. Do not let him do that to you, because you can do anything that the Lord gives you the strength to do. And if it takes little baby steps, like it did for me, little baby steps every day. Get up, drink your water, Dory. Little baby steps, right? You can build on those baby steps. And with the Lord's power and strength, you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. Okay, so please don't think that you're just gonna fail. I thought that I was the world's worst junk food junkie. There was no way. If someone told me that I had to stop sugar, there was just no way I was going to eat my M&Ms until the day that I died. Well, I learned. I had to learn. It wasn't easy, okay, but I did it. And I am so much happier that I did. I still have my little cheats once in a while now. I just don't do it like I used to. Okay. And you can do this too. You really, really can. So if you're a person who is coachable, if you're a person who's like, all right, I'm taking action, man. If you tell me I've got a root cause, and you tell me that I need to follow this protocol, and you tell me I need to do this in order to get rid of that root cause, I'm going to do it. If you're a person like that, you can totally do this. If you allow yourself to be focused on those baby steps and the progress and not perfection, okay? Because look, I'm a scientist and there's no way I can be perfect with this. There's no way any of us, even Dr. Mark Hyman, one of the top functional doctors in the world, he will tell you the same thing. He will laugh and sit back. He's the funniest man. I hope you guys have seen Mark Hyman's stuff. He's so cool. He's one of my, just mentors, and just, I wouldn't be alive without him and his work, right? And he's so funny. He sits back, says the same thing. He's like, oh yeah, there is just no way anybody is going to be perfect at this whole health thing, okay? No way. But we don't have to be in order to get well, okay? We can do this. We can all do this. We can all do this, especially if you got good practitioners, you got good people around you, you got people who are loving you and motivating you and giving it to you straight and holding you accountable. You can totally do this, okay? And if you just never quit, I will be working on my health for the rest of my life. That's a fact, right? That's just a fact, Jack, because I cannot do anything else. I have learned that I could either lay in bed or I could be sick every day and trudging through feeling like I'm walking through water every single day, right? Eating my M&Ms and, just not caring and taking all my medicine. Okay. And getting worse and worse as time goes on. I can choose to live like that if I want to, but I don't, because I've seen the other side. And I know that it's much easier living here than it was living there, right? So I will never quit. I will continue working on my health for the rest of my life. And I will be a lot happier for doing it. I'll be doing it until Jesus comes and takes me out of here. So bottom line is that you absolutely can do this. We can all do this. All right. And this is Jackie. I love to tell people about Jackie. Jackie was one of those kids that was sick her entire life. Like she never knew anything but being that sickly kid. Oh, my dog. My dog is laying at my feet. I don't know if you guys can hear him, but he's laying at my feet. And he must be having like a bad dream, or maybe he's chasing a cat in his dream or something. I don't know if you can hear him, but he's really cute in the background there.
Yeah.
Okay. So Jackie was, basically one of those really sick kids, but she says, imagine getting your life back. Because what we were able to do for her is we were able to just find her root causes. We're able to do it affordably, right? And she says, well, I wish I found her sooner. Don't wait, do this now, right? And that's just, it's a no-brainer. If someone can find out why you're sick when the doctors have never found out why you're sick, right? Or maybe they know little things, but not all of your root causes, right? Go work with that person. Don't just sit back and wonder, right? Go do something about it. And if it's not me, please go find someone who will do your testing for you and do it for you. Don't just sit on your butt and do nothing, because that's just, like in the immortal words of Barney Fife, and I'm old, so I like Barney Fife. What did he say? He said, well, that's just stupid, because it is, right? If the science has what you need and you can get better by using it, boy, you better run. You better get up off your booty and you better run and go do it, right? Because that's what's going to help you get that next step to being healthier. Right. And so I want to give you like a little bit of a little thing to imagine. Like imagine your life if you were only 50% better. Man, that's so doable, you guys. It is so very doable with the science that we have today. But what if you got 75% better? What if you got 95% better like me? Wow. And just imagine how your life would change. And I don't have time, but when you come work with me, I always love telling stories, and I just don't have time to do it today, or you guys would be here for 27 hours. But literally, like the things that changed in my life that I couldn't even imagine, the things that God brought me to. Okay, you don't even know. You don't even know what He's got for you until you do something about your health, right? And so I want to take like maybe only, if I can get this done in like 3 minutes, I want to try to like rush through this part right here, because I want to just explain to you that there is really a big difference between working with your doctor in the insurance model and working in the holistic health model. A huge difference. It's like night and day different. Okay. And so the basic thing is when you're working in the traditional model, it's mostly about crisis. It's mostly about symptoms. It's mostly about, well, let's just see what's wrong and then passively watch it for a while if they can't give you a definitive diagnosis. You are very much a patient. You are very much being controlled. Okay. It's mechanistic. It's general. It's like your doctor is a dictator. They're just prescribing things for the symptoms, not for the root causes. Okay. And what that leaves you as being is you feel like a victim. Tell me you don't feel like a victim of your disease right now. right? Because this is what we feel like. We feel like it's out of our control. Nobody understands us. Nobody gets us. The doctor doesn't understand us. Most women go to the doctor with autoimmune disease, and what do they get diagnosed with first? They get diagnosed with depression and anxiety. Okay, that's crazy, you guys. There are real biological reasons why you're sick. You're not crazy. It's not just depression and anxiety. That just comes with it when you're sick all the time, right? And you can do something about this. Now, when you work in the holistic model, it's about prevention, number one, right? But we got to get you well first. It's about precision. It's about your genetics, your gut microbiome, your everything. Your inflammatory markers, your specific microbiome markers, everything very specific, very precise. Okay. You are coached. Your doctor's not a dictator. You're coached. You're taught how to be the CEO of your own health. Okay. This is the way it's supposed to be. You're supposed to know how to take care of your body from the ground up, from the genetics up. And that's what you're doing when you're working with a holistic person rather than in conventional care. You are empowered. You are an active participant in your health. You're not just taking some drug that the doctor told you to take that you don't even know why, and you don't know all the bad things that it's doing to you. It's extremely personalized, and we're going for those root causes, as many as science will allow us to find. We're going for those root causes. And I'm going to get to a slide in just a few minutes here where I'm going to show you what those root causes are. And then your eyes are going to go, "Ooh," and the Hallelujah choir is going to start singing, and you're going to start praising the Lord, because you're going to know now. You're going to get it. And I'm going to have you take a picture of that slide when I get to it too. So just because you're in the insurance model and you're paying your whatever you're paying a month, and then you've got your copay, okay, that does not mean that you are protected, not for your health, definitely not, because they're only doing from the symptoms down, okay? And those things that they give you for the symptoms are actually making your root causes worse. So it's really a pathetically stupid model, knowing what we know today. Maybe it was good for 50 years ago, because that's all we knew. But now, from what we know of the science today, it's a pathetically stupid model. It's literally making you worse, okay? And it's not doing what you need to do, which is get better, which is thrive, okay? So, you want to know the number one reason why people go into bankruptcy? It's because of sickness and illness. Yet they're in this insurance model system. Does that make sense to you? Doesn't make sense to me. And so, literally, we've got to find those root causes. So if your check engine light comes on in your car, do you put a piece of tape over that check engine light and say, yeah, I'm not going to look at it because, yeah, whatever. Well, that's what a drug is doing. Okay. No, your check engine light comes on in your car, and you want to know exactly why. You want to take it to the mechanic. And if the mechanic said, well, I'm just going to put a piece of tape over it, you would say, no way. You would say, get under my hood, get in there, figure out why. And that's exactly what holistic health does for you. We get under your hood, we figure it out, and we figure it out at the genetic level, at the metabolic level, at the biochemical level, at the cellular level. And guess what? When you do that, then you become empowered. You know what your root causes are. We teach you how to fix them. Hallelujah choir. Okay. And it's much cheaper to do it this way, right? Sure, it's an investment in the first place because, it's not covered by insurance. All right. So yeah, you got to put some money into it, just like you put money into that. Okay, now I'm going to really piss some people off. Are you guys ready? I'm about to really piss some people off. Here it comes. You put money into that vacation. You put money into that big screen TV. You put money into that Prada purse. You put money into those shoes, but you don't put money into your health. That's crazy. Okay. Again, Barney Fife. Well, why? It's just stupid because you're laying around sick, right? Yeah. Think about it. Think about it, you guys. People like me, especially clinics like mine, this is a Christian mission, right? This is the real deal. This is not, we're not the ones making $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 off it every single person. Okay, we're not doing that. Now, I know there are some people out there doing that, but we're not. Okay, and for you to be able to put some money into your health and learn how to do it so that for the rest of your life you're amazingly better. Wow. Like you will pay 40 or 50,000 or 30,000 on a car, but you won't put 5,000 into your health. That's nuts. That's just nuts, right? So if that pissed you off, I'm really sorry, but I just got to tell you the truth because I get so tired of people going, well, but I'm so sick and I don't know what to do. And I'm like, okay, well, put some money into your health. Oh, I can't. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You can allocate all that money that you spend on fast food and you can put it into a good test instead. Yes, you can. All right. So, all right, I'm done pissing you off now. And I hope you got a kick out of that. The bottom line is, okay, that you can know your root causes. You're going to save money in the long run. Okay. And you're going to take back your power. And you're not only going to be able to help yourself to feel better and get your life back, but you're going to be able to help your kids, your grandkids, your husband, your wife, your friends, your everybody. Okay. And that's what happens when people come through a really good holistic program. They become little evangelists for health. And then they bring their family members and then we help them too. And it's just this big, beautiful family thing. Okay. So now if you're starting to fall asleep, I hope not. I hope I woke you up by pissing you off. But now I want to get into like some nitty gritty, okay, and show you that there are 600,000 research studies that prove that what I'm saying to you is just the God's honest truth today, that you literally can get better by finding your root causes and being willing to work on that, okay? And you know, there's articles all over the place, okay, and I'm going to like flip through some of them. But the bottom line that you need to know is that it all boils down to chronic inflammation, okay? That's the, you know, if you missed anything that I said today, remember that. You don't feel good. You have symptoms because there is chronic inflammation in your body. Even if the doctor said, well, I checked the CRP and it's normal. Please. Okay, there are thousands of inflammatory markers in your body that the doctor never checks for. Okay, the science is very clear on this. If you have symptoms of almost any kind, most of the things that have been studied all boil down to chronic inflammation. And that means you need to find out why you have chronic inflammation. Okay. Super important. It has to do with everything, even mental health issues, even autism, even cancer, everything, autoimmune disease, everything. And everybody's talking about it, right? So unless you've been under a rock, you have probably heard this. I'm probably not telling you anything brand new. But literally there are paper after paper after paper after paper, 600,000 research studies, 600,000 research papers out there, you guys, that prove that what I'm telling you is true. And I think that when people just sit back and think about it, they're like, well, yeah, of course we have to get to the root cause. Isn't that what medicine should be? But that's not the way medicine has evolved to be. It's evolved to be this big pharma-funded sick care system that is based on pharmaceutical medications and surgeries rather than holistic preventative whole health. Okay. And so I think people intuitively know that they need to come away from that system that has become corrupted. And I'm not saying that we should never do anything with conventional doctors. Please don't hear me say that. I'm just saying that it is not good for chronic issues, right? And that we have to do things the holistic way. We have to be willing to take responsibility for our own health, okay? So lots of papers out there that prove that, you know, we're in this new evolution of medicine right now and that it works. Okay. It simply works. This was a research study with over 7,200 people that proved that the functional medicine model of care works. People feel better. And a lot of people will ask, well, then why isn't everybody doing it? That's because this is just the way the world is. The studies have been done that prove that conventional medicine is literally an average of 17 years behind the science. So scientists, okay, we know the reality, we know the truth, but it's not being practiced yet in conventional care. We're just starting to teach about the gut microbiome in medical schools now. Okay, but we've had that information for over 20 years scientifically. Okay, and so this is what you need to know. If you want to wait 17 or 20 years until it gets into the insurance model and they start doing things differently, you can. But by then, you're probably going to be a lot worse off, and you might not even be around if you choose to do that, right? Most of us don't have that luxury. I would have been dead if I'd have done that. Right? We know that the gut microbiome is linked to all sources of disease. We know that if you have leaky gut, you also have leaky brain. And guess what? If you have symptoms, you have leaky gut. So we know right now, without even doing a test for any of you, if you have symptoms, you have leaky gut, you have leaky brain, and that's one of the reasons why you don't feel good, right? All these amazing studies have been done that link your gut health and your overall immunological health to even very severe neurological diseases like Parkinson's, like schizophrenia, like Alzheimer's. And we know that we can walk these diseases back. Okay? You can get a Parkinson's person 50% better. You can get an Alzheimer's person from a stage 5 down to stage 1. That's how well this works. And so maybe it's not perfect, you guys, but can it help you? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. If it can help them, it can help you. It can take autistic kids who can't talk and help them speak again. Okay. Maybe it doesn't make them perfect yet. Maybe we're not that far yet. But can we do a significant amount of good with root cause science? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And it's only getting better every single month. New research comes out. And so it's only getting better exponentially fast. Okay. And then people are talking about, going gluten-free and gluten sensitivity and how it affects the gut and how it affects the brain. Okay. This is all proven science now. It's not a fad. Okay. Proven science. So the next thing that I want to teach you is that most people believe that your genes are your destiny, and they are not. Your genes are about, scientifically speaking, your genes are probably 5 to 10% of your problem. And yes, that's a big percentage. Genetically speaking, that is a big percentage. It does affect the way your life and your disease develops. Absolutely. But can you affect the way your genes express every moment of every day? Yes. Did you know that just with your thoughts, you can change the way your genes express, and you can literally either raise or lower your inflammation in real time? And what did I just teach you? I taught you that inflammation is the main thing that you've got to work on. You have to lower your inflammation if you're going to feel better, period. And there's probably 20 different ways that you have to do that. Okay. And you have to learn how to do that. But you have to get that inflammation down. But guess what? Right now, if I wanted to, I could raise my inflammation by getting all stressed out about, I don't know, something like money or whatever. Or some relationship. Okay, I could raise my inflammation and I could probably start making my knees hurt if I allowed myself to sit in that and ruminate in that. That's how powerful your thoughts are. And that's how powerful you are to affect change at the genetic level. It's true. And there are thousands of research papers out about how your brain and your thoughts affect the way your genes express. Pretty amazing stuff. And so now I told you, I promised you that I was going to get down to like that meat, and I was going to tell you exactly what your root causes are. So get ready. And if you want to take your phone out and you want to click and take pictures of this and put them on your refrigerator so you remember what I taught you today, I'm totally happy for you to do that. Okay. This is what it boils down to. This is what the science says. I'm going to make it super, super simple for you. Okay. Chronic inflammation is caused from 3 main things. Okay. Then I'm going to get a little deeper, but just bear with me. Okay. It's caused from your toxicities, number one. It's caused from deficiencies at the cellular and the biochemical level. So that means things that your cells just don't have, that they need, and they can't do their work without it. Okay. And the third thing is your stress. I was just telling you about your brain and how powerful it is and how it can affect your health, and it can affect your level of inflammation moment by moment. Your stress level has a lot to do with it. But I don't want you to hear me wrong. One person, one time got really mad at me. I'll tell you a funny story. Really mad at me because they thought that I was assuming that their whole disease was caused by their stress. And I'm like, no way. Are you kidding me? That's the exact opposite of what I tell people. But she misunderstood, and she was sick and she didn't feel good, so she took it out on me. And literally just, no, the doctor told me that it's all in my head and it's all stress and whatever. It's not. Okay. However, be responsible. You know, you got stress. You're sick. Of course you got stress. Right. If you know that thousands of research studies teach you that, hey, your stress and your living in a negative, stressful place is causing your illness, then you need to do something about that. And if that means that you need to go talk to your pastor more often, or you need to get in a really good small group and get more love in your life, or you need to kick your kid out of the house because they're being irresponsible and they're driving you crazy and you need better boundaries, whatever that is, you got to still work on that part of it, because unfortunately, stress and traumas are a part of our illness. They're not the whole cause, but they are a part of it. So we need to be responsible, and we need to work with people that will love us and help us to heal. Right. And of course, my belief is it all boils down to Jesus and forgiveness, but it takes a lot of work to do that kind of work. All right. So now I want to teach you, and this is like the best picture. If you want to take a picture of this is where we're getting down to some nitty-gritty things. And I'm going to show you that every single person who has a problem with a chronic illness is going to have these problems. And different people have different combinations of these problems, but we have to find them in you. And then we have to help you to fix them. And that's all it boils down to. If we find these problems in you, and we help you at the genetic level, and we help you to fix your cells, we give your cells back what they need, and we take away the toxins, and we help you at the psychological level with a lot of love and a lot of support, you will get well. You will get better. And I don't know how much you will get better. I don't know if it'll be 50%. I don't know if it'll be 90%. But what I do know is that if you work at it, you find your root causes and you fix them, you will get better. You will. There is no way that you can't, right? You're doing good things. You're making positive changes. Of course, if you get rid of toxins, you're going to feel better. Of course, if you give your cells what they need, if you're walking around with no vitamin D and you all of a sudden within a few months give your body enough vitamin D, you're going to feel better. Bet you're going to have more energy. You bet you're going to get results, right? There's no way you can't. There's no way you can't. And so this is what it boils down to, you guys. And that's why we call it the genius disease model. Not really. It's just, this is the science. We know what it boils down to. All those research studies cannot be wrong. And we know that you're going to have a combination of different toxins. Most of those are going to be in this biotoxin area here, or in the chemical toxin here, the different things that we're exposed to that come in on our foods, or, heavy metals that we're exposed to in our water, or, I'm sitting in a chair right now that's probably off-gassing junk, and maybe genetically my body doesn't handle that very well. So I have to learn how to live differently. I can still sit in my chair, but man, I better take care of those genetic deficiencies that I know I have every day. Otherwise, I'll just build up toxins and I'll get worse and worse. Those biotoxins are those things like like your gut microbiome gets out of balance and you get a lot of bad bugs and not so many good bugs. And why? Because you've taken antibiotics and because you haven't eaten right and you got all these toxins in your system and it's making things worse and it's making it so that you can't, absorb your food properly. I mean, it becomes a big confusing mess to others, but to practitioners, it really boils down to this, you guys. It really does. And so if we can find those overgrown bugs, the mold, the fungus, the parasites, yes, you have them. I know that's a disgusting thought, but it's really true. The CDC even says so. So we have them. Those extra virus and bacteria and all those things. We got to find out what's there, and we have to balance it and fix it. Okay. Get rid of all those extra chemicals that you're holding on to and figure out why you're holding on to them at the genetic level. That's really important. But we've got to work on those cellular deficiencies. Okay. So right now, one of the reasons why you don't feel good, a big part of it is because your cells don't have what they need. And they don't have what they need for many reasons. Either you're not eating right, or there's something going wrong with your gut health that is not allowing you to absorb things properly, or you're getting a whole bunch of toxins in from your food, like you've eaten junk food all your life and you love Doritos, and so you're constantly giving your gut microbiome glyphosate and pesticides and herbicides and high fructose corn syrup, and so your cells just basically don't have what they need. How do you expect them to do a good job and help you to feel great every single day if you don't give them what they need? So it, again, comes back to your responsibility, right? Now, if you want to spend the rest of your life eating Doritos and M&Ms like I used to do, you can. But then don't expect that the reality is that you're going to feel good, because the two are not logical to go together, right? And maybe you could get away with it when you were young and you could drink and you could do whatever you wanted and you could eat Doritos all day long, but you cannot do that anymore, pretty obviously, right? And so it's time for a change. Time for a change. And I hated that too, but the bottom line is this is what we got to do if we want to feel well. Or we can lay on the couch and be sick for the rest of our lives and let other people take care of us and deal with all the emotions of that and the depression and the anxiety and people looking at us like we're hypochondriacs. Okay, you can live like that if you want to, but I don't want to live like that and I choose not to. So I'm going to be proactive about my health. Every year, I'm going to do tests that show me where my toxin levels are. And then whatever I find, I'm going to fix it, damn it. Sorry. Ooh, Christian women are not supposed to say damn it, but I did. Deficiencies. I'm going to do a test every year that's going to show me where are my deficiencies, because life is what life is. I am going to get out of balance, right? And I want to know what they are every year so that I can do something about them and get myself back into balance. And I'm going to be super responsible about taking care of my emotional health. I'm going to make sure that I don't self-sabotage, that I don't have poor boundaries with people, that I learn how to have really good relationships, that I learn how to have conflict in a good way, right? And the only way you learn that is by, really probably having a good church, a good pastor, good small group, life groups, a really good Christian counselor, maybe doing some EMDR therapy, right? Working on the traumas. Okay, we all have them. I could probably tell you some stories that will curl your hair in my own life. And I hear stories from my clients all the time. Okay, we all have some really horrible trauma, tragedy things. Okay, but it's how we deal with them. And are we going to let them make us sick? Or are we going to see them as things that God allowed in our lives to make us better and to grow us so that when we do finally get to heaven, we're more prepared for the work that we're going to be doing there, right? So these are mindset, lifestyle beliefs, right? That put you in a much healthier place, because you're living in truth. rather than living in this world's system and all of its lies, right? And so bottom line here is you are sick because of the way inflammation affects your genes, okay? And that will lead to disease and death eventually. And what is causing the inflammation? All of this, the toxins, the deficiencies, and our stress psychology. So I want to just open it up for a second and just you guys tell me, does this make sense to you? Does this sound logical? And does it sound like truth to you? And you can nod your head or you can unmute yourself and you can tell me, because I've talked for a long time. What do you think of this?
So like, it's just weird to me because like when it comes down to
I think Aubrielle is saying something, but I can't hear her. I can barely see you, Aubrielle. And it looks like you're saying something, but I can't hear you.
You can't hear me? Hello?
Oh, that's weird. But if we can't fix it, you can feel free to type it in the chat.
Can you hear me?
Okay. All right.
Still can
So this is the reality, right? And I don't need to go into all these slides because I just want to take some time to be able to talk to you guys today. But know that there's a whole bunch of different things that affect your toxic load. Okay, and they're biotoxins, they're environmental toxins, they're like electromagnetic frequencies and radiation. There's a lot, way more than this. You know, I just put a few things on the slide, but there are so many different things that your cells need that they probably don't have that you can find in a simple test that is not that expensive. And then, of course, you know, we already talked about the positive mindset, right? And so I always tell people this 3 tacks in your booty story. This is not my story. I give all the credit to Dr. Mark Hyman because he tells the story. He basically says, well, what if you went to a construction site and you sat down on a bunch of tacks and you got 3 tacks stuck in your booty?
When I made
and what if you went to the doctor and the doctor said, oh, well, you know, we just need to make sure that we give you more B vitamins and we give you some extra D because I can see that you're low in D. And let's just make sure that you eat a cleaner diet, a healthier diet. So that doctor is basically pulling that 1 tack out of your butt, right? Now, the problem is you've still got 2 tacks stuck in your butt. You've still got the toxin tack stuck in your butt, and you've still got the stress tack stuck in your butt. And you probably have not helped all of your cellular deficiencies at that point either without doing really good testing and figuring out precisely what's wrong. And so even if you did pull all those cellular deficiencies out, like some people say, well, I did the AIP diet, but I'm still sick. Well, yeah, because you didn't fix everything. You've still got some tacks stuck in your butt. So we tell that story to remind you that just because you did work with a functional doctor before, and they did find some root causes and they started working on them with you, but you didn't get all the way well, does not mean that you can't get all the way well. It just means that maybe they didn't find everything yet for you, or maybe you just weren't ready to really work at it at the level that you needed to get there. Maybe you just didn't work long enough on it, right? You know, the average time it takes people to walk back in autoimmune disease is about 2 years. 2 years of really caring about your health and working on your health. That's about what it takes once you get either you have a whole bunch of symptoms, whether you're diagnosed yet or not, right? That's a fact, right? So we got to be willing to work on this, right? And as long as we're just honest with ourselves and, we know what we got to do, and then we just get to work, 3 months from now, you're going to be a little bit better. 6 months from now, you're going to be a little bit better. You're probably going to go through some ups and downs along the way, but over time, you are going to get a little bit better if you just choose to take a different path and just work on it, right? So what do we do in holistic healthcare? We remove your toxins, we give your cells back what they need, and we help you with a lot of love and positive psychology, right? And if you put those three things together, people can get amazingly better. So how do we do that? We do that first by doing some good testing. We're not going to guess at this, okay? Yes, the testing costs money, you guys, and there isn't any way around that. The labs charge us what they charge us, right? And so it is an investment to find your root causes. This is a fact. But don't remember what I told you before when I tried to piss you off. Don't let that stop you from getting your health back, because you spend money on 100 different things. Prioritize the money into the testing and into getting your health back, and your life will be amazingly better. It'll be a lot better than, just having that new iPhone for $1,200. That's for sure.
So
I'll tell you another story right now. I ran into an acquaintance, and she was like sitting there telling me that, she has Hashimoto's disease, which is a thyroid problem. And I was like, oh, that's too bad. You know that's what I do for a living, is I help people with stuff like that, right? She was like, she's just an acquaintance, so she didn't really know. And she was like, no, I didn't know that, And she's like, oh, yeah, but this is too expensive. That was the first thing. That's the first thing that came out of her mouth, right? And I said, actually, it's really not. I mean, you would be surprised. It's really not that expensive, right? And it's a lot cheaper than being sick. So she was like, yeah, whatever. And then there was, she started talking about something else. So I just let it alone. I've learned my lesson, right? You guys are sitting here. You don't have to listen to me. You can leave too, but I've learned my lesson that with acquaintances and friends, I don't push them. I just let them, do their thing. I know that if they get real good and sick, they'll come to me. But the thing is that then, like, maybe, I don't know, 10 minutes later, she starts showing off this new tattoo that she had. Lots of toxins in a tattoo, number one, okay, that she didn't even know that what she was doing was making herself worse, okay? But she had this full arm tattoo, okay? Not a cheap tattoo, okay? If you guys know anything about that, you know that that's not cheap, okay? And I'm like, wow, that's beautiful. I'm like, how much did that cost? Oh, yeah, this was $1,200, and this is just the beginning, and I still have a bunch more work to do on it, blah, 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 blah. And I just sat back and I just smiled, and you guys probably know me by now. I got a little bit of a big mouth, and I just sat back and I just said, yeah, wow, you could have known your root causes by now, and you could have been well on your way to getting rid of that Hashimoto's disease for the same amount of money that you just spent on that tattoo. And she just, it's the truth. It's the truth, right? So it really does boil down to, what do people choose to put their money into? And if you really care about having an awesome life and having great energy, you will do your testing, and you will work in a program with a professional who has more knowledge than you do and can teach you how to do this. Right?
So can you hear me?
So
I don't think
so
she
we're
can.
going to do your testing first. That's super important. And even if you're a person
you
like
can
me,
hear me.
when I was doing this, I was super, super broke, and we didn't have medical funding back then like we do now. And so literally all I could do was just basically like one test at a time. I was literally, you guys, knitting and crocheting and making these cute little hats and making like 35 or 40 bucks a pop, and saving up, and then buying a test, and then working with my doctor and paying her.
The blood work.
And this is how I heal.
They give
right?
you blood
so
work
don't tell me
all
you're
the
too broke and
time,
you can't
and then
do
the
this,
blood work
because
comes back normal,
I did it,
and then
right?
you're stuck
And so
back
I
at square
know
one.
most people can do this. I know you can.
Let me
So
see
you
if
do your testing first, okay?
Can you?
And if you have to do it piecemeal, it's okay.
Yes.
You do your testing first.
Hey, look.
Then you work with someone who knows how to help you.
You can hear
It doesn't
us.
have to be me. I just happen to be the one that you're listening to right now.
Yes,
But if I
can
rub you the wrong way, if I'm too
She's not paying
straightforward,
attention.
go find some sweet little person who won't kick you in the butt as much as I will. But I promise that I will always be honest with you, and very upfront and very straightforward about what you need to do to get well. And I'm not going to let you get away with anything either. I'm not going to let you come back to me and say, well, I've been eating this cheesecake for 3 weeks in a row. And I'm going to be like, yeah, because you ate that cheesecake 3 weeks in a row. That's why you feel terrible. So how can we help you to stop doing that? You know, how can we get you to a place where let's give you something else that you like. Maybe it won't be as the same as your cheesecake, but maybe it will give you some satisfaction so that you can stop making yourself sick by eating like that. Right. And
Right.
so, all right, enough said on that. Then
Lord.
the last thing is it's not good enough to just teach you how to do it and to work with a professional and help you to get it done. But then we really need to teach you how to be the CEO of your own health. Okay, and that doesn't come by me just telling you what to do, okay, or by any other professional just telling you what to do. It comes by us literally teaching you why your test results mean what they mean. Really diving deep and saying, well, this is why, and this is how it affects your liver, and this is how it affects your brain, and this is why you're all swollen and you feel terrible. Okay. And so that you can literally learn how to do this for yourself, and then you don't need us anymore, right? That's our goal as holistic health practitioners. Of course, we want to see you like once a year after you feel better, because we want to do your testing for you, and we want to make sure that you're optimized, and right? We want to do that once a year for you. But once you're well, man, we want you guys to be doing this on your own. We want you to be taking care of yourself and your kids, and you're so smart now. Right? That's our goal for you. It's not keeping you on a health plan for the rest of your life. That's not what it's about. It's about getting you healthy and teaching you how to do it at the genetic level, at the metabolic level, at the biochemical level, at the cellular level, everywhere where science lets us, we want to teach that to you.
It's not.
And you don't have to be a scientist to know how to do this. You really, really don't. And so right now, this is where you're at. You're at a place where you just don't know why you're sick. You don't even know your root causes. You might have some diagnoses, you might not, but diagnoses are just names. They're not root causes. They're names of things up here. Root causes are way down here, right? And we've got to find those to get you better, right? But if you do some testing, start working with someone and fix those things, you're going to find your root cause. And then you're going to feel amazingly better, even though you're not better yet. Just knowing what is causing your illness will make you feel so much better emotionally.
Are we like muted our videos and the way we sound? Because how can we hear each other, but she can't hear us
emotionally while you're doing this? Okay, because we all know what hell it is being sick.
You're responding to us.
So this is Scott. And I love to talk about Scott. I know it's kind of a blurry picture of him.
I mean, I can't really enjoy it because I can't even.
He says Tori's a genius. I'm really not a genius. I am just a good scientist. The Lord gave me that. But what I am, he's right about this. I am a real life medical detective. I've always had that brain that thinks at a molecular level and wants to figure out every tiny little detail about things and figure it all out and fix things. Right? That's just the way God created my brain. But Scott was literally misdiagnosed with a very severe autoimmune disease called Wagner's, and they gave him 2 years to live.
Wow.
Now he's a young-ish man, right? And that just rocked his entire world, completely freaked him out. But the Lord put him in touch with me one day. It's just, the Lord, there are no coincidences. And he watched one of these just like you're doing right now. And he decided, well, what have I got to lose? Might as well see what he jumped in, did his testing. We found a whole bunch of stuff. We started working on it. And it did take some time. He went through some pretty good ups and downs before he really started feeling better, because there was a lot going on in his body. He had some really severe, very high mercury and arsenic poisoning. And to this day, we still don't know how he really got that, but it's pretty common. We see high mercury in a lot of people, and it can come through water, it can come through food, it can come through a lot of ways. And literally, he was so high, it just finally tipped him over and made him sick. And we started working on that, and we started working on a bunch of other things that were wrong with him as well. And about the 6-month or 7-month mark is when he really started noticing that he really was getting more energy back. He was getting better, right?
Do you think this is
He
real?
was in the program for
Wow.
almost 2 years in total, and now he's gone. He
I
just
talked to her too.
talks to me every now and then and says, "Hey, how you
I
doing?"
spoke with her on the
right?
phone.
But now he's off doing things on his own,
Yeah.
and he's
Yeah, she
mostly well. He describes himself as being about 90% well.
But my thing is,
Right?
I want to
And
see
this
somebody
is a man
talk
who
to
was
me
told that he
live
was
to
going to
tell
be
me,
dead
like,
in 2 years,
you know,
This is why I don't
by
like.
the doctors, by the specialists. Okay. And it just was not true. It just was not true. And so, like, what do you have to lose? Right? I mean, and that's the way I looked at it when I was sick too, is I said, wow, I, as a scientist,
anybody
I
can
did
put a
the
picture of
research. I could
somebody
see that
up.
the science was credible. So I knew that I had to try it. But you not being a scientist, right? What do you have to lose, right? If the science tells you that you can be even 10% better, wouldn't you want to do it? But if the science is clear that you can get 50, 75, 95% well, I mean, dang, right? You can't leave that on the table. You just can't, so I hope that that you will take everything that I taught you today, and I hope that you will run with it in some way. If you're not quite ready to work with me yet, at least go do some research on what I've told you. At least come back and try to prove me wrong. But do something, right? Don't just sit on this information, because God has put it in front of you today. And you know how the Lord is. If he puts something in front of you, he expects you to be responsible and do something about it. It's too late now. Now you've already heard it, so now he expects you to do something with it. So please do something with it. So
Can you hear?
The truth is, you really can. You can transform your life. You can do it in so many different
Dorinda
ways,
is her name,
right? And you really can feel amazingly better. So I want to give you a quick win. I promised you that I would give you this. This is something that it sounds really simple and stupid. But if you do this every day, I promise you it's going to make a difference in the way your immune system protects you against COVID. I just said it. Just this one thing has proven to protect your body and help your immune system to work better, so that you can protect yourself against things like COVID and other viruses or whatever is coming down the pike. Okay. Start doing this. Everyone should be doing this. Okay. You got to get up in the morning. First thing you're going to do is you're going to go to the bathroom, because everybody does that. Then you're going to walk straight to the kitchen and you're going to grab a big jar. Like this, okay, a big one. Not no, you want a big one, okay? You're gonna fill that up with really good clean water, not the stuff in the plastic bottles, because that's making you worse. You want really good clean water, and you want some natural organic lemons, and squeeze that in there, okay? Now, if you're gonna drink that, okay, at least 24 ounces. Might take you a while to get used to drinking that much. I'll try to do 32 ounces every day. I'll try to do a full first thing in the morning, right? And I'll have like 3 or 4 of these throughout the day, okay? And if you have any problems with gallstones, or if you've had problems with your gallbladder in the past, you want to have definitely a full lemon squeezed in there, and do that 4 times a day. Okay, it's really going to help your liver to detoxify better. It's going to help your immune system. It's going to help your bile to flow better. It's going to thin that bile so that you can actually absorb your food better. I mean, this is going to help you on about 30 different levels in your body. And that's just the ones that I can think of. Okay, it's probably helping on 100 different levels, right? But it's definitely going to help your immune system and your liver and your detoxification to work better. Okay. So there's just one habit that now I would love everyone to just get up and drink their water every day. Okay. All right. So I got to tell you about my new book. We changed the cover because we got a new publisher. So it's got a new cover now. But I mean, anybody can get the book. It's only $15. I think once the publisher lets it out, it's going to be like $24.99. But the publisher, it's probably not going to be out till November or December, you guys. And that's if everything's on time. So right now we just have we have the beginning of it that we're giving to people, and people can do the advance order. So if anybody wants to do that, you can take a picture of the screenshot there. And then now the last thing that I want to do before I let you guys go, and if you are not watching live and you're watching, on the live stream, either on the recording or on the YouTube or on the Facebook, totally fine for you to take advantage of this deal. We're just going to give it to as many people as we possibly can, actually, but we want you to get your root cause package. And this is that stupid no-brainer deal that I told you that I would give you at the end of the meeting today. And I already told you that I'm a terrible salesperson. So, I'm not going to try to hit you with any crazy sales tactics. I'm just going to give you what I'm going to give you. And if you want to work with us, then you can do this. And if you don't, you want to go do your research, that's cool too. And we'll welcome you back when you're ready. Okay. So what we're doing with this root cause package is we're giving you a one-on-one evaluation directly with me, not with one of my health coaches, but with me. We're also going to give you our 30-day easy quick start program, which is awesome, you guys. Okay, it is just awesome. It's the beginning of any good healthcare program, and everybody needs to learn how to do this. And then we're also giving you a customized testing strategy that's going to help you save money on your testing. And remember, I told you how important that testing was. And if we can wrap it up into a nice little ball for you and show you exactly what testing you should be saving money with right now, then yeah, that's going to help you moving forward. This 30-day easy quick start program, again, it's super awesome. It normally goes for a value of $497 on our website. That's the 30-day easy quick start program is the $597. The root cause evaluation by itself is normally $497. And so we're going to give you a really nice deal on this today, but we're going to wrap it up with some nice bonuses. Another bonus that we're going to give you in this package is our reverse brain fog, anxiety, and depression program. And that's another really great program that sells all by itself for like $597, but we're going to give it to you as part of this package so that you can really get rocking and rolling and learning how to take care of your health. We're also going to give you 10% off of that customized lab package that we show you during your appointment. Because we can do that. The labs will let us do that. Like if you need, 3 labs or you need 4 labs, right? Then the labs will let us put them into a package and save you some money. Okay. We're also going to give you, I am going to actually give this to you at the end of the day today. I'm going to give you this link right here for free. Okay, so this is our transformation cheat sheet, but it also tells you all about our programs here and gives you some awesome videos that you can watch. And it's just a really nice little package. I'm going to just give that to you guys today for free. And then everyone who works with us always gets 10% off of their supplements and personal care products through our full script catalog. And the promise that I make to all of my clients here is that I can guarantee you that when you come to work with us, that I will find your root causes. There's never been a person yet that I have not found their root causes, and I'm showing them to you directly on a test. I'm not just guessing at this, or I'm not doing muscle testing like some people do, and it's ethereal and you don't know whether I'm telling the truth or not. No, these are real scientific laboratory tests that we use blood, we use saliva, we use urine, we look at your metabolites. It's the whole bit, okay? And it's the real deal. It's the real science. So I can guarantee you that I am going to find your root causes for you, as many as I possibly can, as many as science will allow me to. Okay. And I can also guarantee you that we do have the state-of-the-art protocols to help you to then correct those root causes, right? That's what we do. That's what we specialize in. That's the work that God gave me to do. And finally, I am going to absolutely guarantee you that you're never going to be left alone. That in our programs here, we're different. We're a Christian mission. You can talk to me and my team, my health coaches, my back end team, my concierge. You can talk to everybody every day. Okay, so you're never left alone. You're never left wondering whether this symptom or that symptom, or I took this supplement and it made me feel this way. You're never left alone. We're always here for you. You're going to have weekly meetings. You're going to have private meetings. You're going to have group meetings. You're just going to be totally immersed in helping yourself to get well in a beautiful, loving environment. That's what we do here. That's what makes us different than a lot of other places out there where you might go once every 6 weeks or whatever. No, we're going to put you in this awesome, loving environment, and you are going to get better. You are going to get awesome results from working with us. And I hope that that's a fair enough guarantee to give you. And so now let me show you what this whole package is today. And just let me get my cat out of here first. That's Steve. Say hi, Steve. He likes to get in the way. Wait a minute. Now he's stuck to me. Hold on. All right, Steve, go away. Okay. The joys of working out of a home office, and I love it. So if you come work with us, you'll see Steve regularly. He's always in the way. All right, so we're giving you a package value of over $2,500. It's probably worth even more than that. But it's your root cause evaluation. It's that 30-day easy quick start program. It's 10% off of your customized testing. It's that brain fog, anxiety, and depression program. It's the transformation cheat sheet, but I'm just going to give that to you today anyway. And 10% off of your supplements. I mean, this is really a steal, you guys. And like I said, I'm a terrible salesperson. I'm just giving it to you straight. This is what we're giving the price for. It's $197 for that whole big package. It's worth almost $2,600, probably more. And you can easily grab this today if you like, and we will get you started right away. You'll have your first appointment within the next week, and we will start finding those root causes for you and taking you from that place where you're at now. And we're going to cross that big divide and bring you to the place where now you're going to get results, and you're no longer scared. You're no longer wondering why you're sick. You're no longer a victim. You're now in a place of being the CEO of your health and learning how to get great results. Okay, so that's the promise that we have for you. We can get you started for the $197. And so all you got to do is like either take a little picture of that little snapshot there, or you can go to, this is a bit.ly link. I know some people get really freaked out about bit.ly links, but it's not, don't worry, it's not a scam or anything. It's just, it's just a bit.ly link. That's all it is. And it's root cause 7, and it'll take you to the same place. Okay, and it's a HIPAA compliant server there, so it's perfectly safe. You don't have to worry about giving money. But if you want to talk to someone before you do that, that's perfectly fine too. I'm going to give my my phone number in the chat in just a minute here. And before I let you go, and before we talk about, you know, I'm here to answer questions, but I want to tell you about Pam. And Pam, look at that beautiful smile on her face. She says, Dory and her program gave me answers when I was told there were none. Dory gave me hope when I was told I was hopeless. And best of all, Dory gave me support when others walked away. And Pam is doing so much better. And so you can too. Don't think that you can't, because you certainly can. And so that's the sale that we're offering to you today. It's the $197. It's not going to be there forever. So go ahead and grab it if you choose to. And I'm going to stop the share for a minute and get back onto the live, because what I want to do is I want to be able to answer questions for people. And if you're watching on YouTube, or you're watching on on Facebook and you want to come on live and ask questions, I'm probably going to take about 20 minutes here to answer questions for people. And let me just grab the link. So if anybody wants to jump in, of course, if you're watching the recording of this, you won't be able to do that, but you can always call us. So I'm just going to copy a link and I'm just going to put this into the chat. There we go. That's the link. And if you want to come in and ask a question, you can always chat it in. If you're shy and you don't want to come on live and you don't want to show your face and talk, that's perfectly fine too. Oops. And let's see. I think I need to send that to everyone. Let's do that. There we go. Send it to everyone. And Aubrielle. Oh, Aubrielle said, can you hear me? No, I couldn't hear you, Aubrielle. I couldn't. I don't know what the technical issue there is. But hold on. Wait a minute. Maybe it's on my end. Hold on. Because sometimes when I talk for a while, my own speaker turns off. So that could be it. So now my speaker is on. So I should be able to hear people now. Okay. All right. Okay. All right, so it looks like I'm on the full screen. And what I want to do is I want to go ahead and I want to put in our phone number here. It's 760-460-4349. Okay. And then I'm also going to go to another place over here. Oh, did I lose somebody? Yeah, it looks like I did. That's okay. I'm going to go to let's see, I'm going to go to another screen and I am going to jump out of this. And let's see, I need to escape from there. And I want to just quickly show for the people who are still on the YouTube and the Facebook, I want to show you what this 30-day program is. This 30-day program looks like this. You can see all the curriculum. It starts with your introduction, then it goes into understanding your chronic inflammation. You've got that genius disease that it explains again, then it gives you your foundations to healing. It gives you a full nutrition and fasting protocol where you're going to have nutrition and fasting, your whole foods nutrition, your grocery list, a really awesome Trinity smoothing recipe, which is extremely healing and you can change it up and do what you want to with it. You're going to get a full anti-inflammatory supplement protocol, which is general and basic for most people, safe for most people. Of course, we're always here to ask questions and make sure that it's right for you. Also, you're going to get a protocol for mild movement and lymphatic drainage. You're going to get a protocol for liver and daily detoxification. And then you're going to get a 30-day step-by-step plan that you can follow, that anybody can follow. You're also going to get a good sleep and circadian rhythm protocol, okay? And then your next steps. And when we talk about next steps, and this is what I want to give you next, let's see, I need to go to here, and I'm going to go to here. So I can copy a link and give you that free. It's a step-by-step cellular transformation guide, and it includes that transformation cheat sheet. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back over here to the Zoom, and I'm going to put it in the chat. So this is a freebie for you. And this freebie is really cool because it's got your transformation cheat sheet in it. It's going to teach you all about our programs here. It's going to give you some really helpful information. There's some awesome videos in there for you to watch, not just videos that I made, but there's a video with Tony Robbins in there. There's a video with some doctors who have healed themselves. I mean, there's all kinds of good information in there, you guys. And so I really want you to go, and I really want you to dive into that and watch it, okay? Because it's just going to really be helpful to you. I know that this information can change your life. I absolutely know that it can, and I know that it will, if you're just willing to take that next step and do it. And like I say, I'm kind of a terrible salesperson. So even if you don't do it with me, I hope that I've taught you something today. I hope that I've lit a little bit of a fire under your butt. And I hope that you will go out and you will do something about this, that you will learn something, you will look up the research, you will start watching Dr. Mark Hyman's videos, you will watch more of my videos, you will maybe get that 197 deal, and you'll start actually doing what you need to do to get well, right? Or maybe you'll just go find another doctor that you can work with, that you feel comfortable with. Whatever you do, I just want to pray for you that you do something, that you don't take this information and just sit on it and do nothing, because that will only help you to continue your inflammation, and you will only get worse doing that, okay? The only way that we know scientifically how to help people walk back chronic illness is by going straight for the root causes. That's the truth. That's the truth. And so that's what you need to do. That's what I had to do. That's what we all have to do in order to get our health back. So I just want to pray for you before I go. Lord Jesus, thank you so much for the people who have hung in there and who have watched this today, whether they're on the recording or whether they're on the Facebook or the YouTube or live or whatever. I just thank you that they were here. I thank you that you brought them here. I know that there are no coincidences. I know that you worked that out for them so that they could learn something new and change their lives so that they can get unstuck from these crazy schemes and this mindset that has kept them sick for so long, Lords. And so I ask that you touch their hearts. I ask that you not let this information just lay low in them, but that you keep bugging them and keep tapping them on the shoulder and keep telling them, hey, you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do this, whether it's with me or not, doesn't matter, but that they have to do this. They have to learn how to do this, that they have to get well. And so Lord Jesus, thank you so much for bringing these people. Thank you for giving me my health back and giving me this platform so that I can teach people, because I just absolutely love it. And it makes me happy every day to watch people get well. And so I thank you for all the many blessings. I thank you for loving us. And it's in your name, Jesus, that we pray. Amen and amen. And all right, I love you guys. I'm going to let you go. Remember that you can always call our office. Please do take advantage and go get that freebie that I gave you. Our phone number's in there, our emails in there, our everything is in there. So you can always get in touch with us. Okay. All right. Love you guys, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.